So I got this box here from Pop Collectibles. You guys know what's up. I have the new Hot Toys Stormtrooper Squad Leader from the Mandalorian, but actually it's a Rogue One Trooper. And I'm super excited to add another one to the collection. I guess what we tried to determine is how many of these do we need to put in the collection? Because I've got I've got troopers, and there's another trooper. Like this guy, I don't know if you remember this guy. Like the guy, this one, if you remember him, he's pretty awesome. And so how many do we want? And then, like, is it worth picking up another trooper? That's what we want to find out. I got mine from Pop Collectibles. If you want to pick yours up, discount code in the description below if you want to not have to wait like 6 months on figures. I know there are some people, including myself, there are some people still waiting on Captain Rex. And yes, I already have one, but I bought his second one, and then I gave one away. And anyways, I'm still waiting on Captain Rex. So if you don't want to be in that boat where you wait 6 months for figures, check them out. They're cool. But this particular figure, along with some other ones, we just got the announcement for the release of the battle damaged Mark 85 Iron Man. Mine's on the way. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's here like in time for Christmas. That would be pretty awesome Christmas gift. But we'll see. We'll see what goes on with that. But enough of me rambling. I'm excited for this one. Let's check it out, see what it comes with, and see if we like it. All right, guys, let's take a look finally at the Stormtrooper Squad Leader. I'm pretty sure this started out as the Stormtrooper Commander, but somehow has turned into the Stormtrooper Squad Leader. I'm pretty sure my memory is like, who knows? Anyways, TMS 041 from the Mandalorian. We got a Rogue One style Stormtrooper with an orange pauldron, which is awesome because if you missed out on the Rogue One TK 14057 had the orange pauldron in the backpack, this is your opportunity to get one and have a little different figure. But we do have, this is going to be a Hot Toys exclusive. I did pick mine up from Pop Collectibles, and you can check them out. Discount code in the description below. I think there's like a Christmas thing going on right now anyways, there's a thing down below. This right here, I love Stormtroopers, so I'm always glad to add another variant to the collection. So we'll see what other ones I track down over 2022. Nice box art. It's normal Stormtrooper Star Wars box art. Nothing crazy going on there. We got our figure there on the side. We've got a figure on that side. And then on the back, it's just, normal whodunit stuff. On the inside, if you want to see the insert, I have taken the time to get the plastic stuff off the figure. Save a little time on that. I do have a photo of it here as you saw him in The Mandalorian when the Fett Man was, kind of showed up and busted up. It'd be interesting to find out if the Fett 2-pack, like busted up helmet will actually fit on a figure. I don't know that it will. We'll hopefully find that out very soon. I don't know the answer. But there it is. We have that right there. Now, let me put this back on here. You guys are not really here to look at boxes. Get him out of here. And let's get the figure out. So, like I said, took the plastic off, got that out of here. And a Stormtrooper unboxing is more or less about the variants of what comes in it versus the figure itself, because we've seen Stormtroopers so many times in Star Wars, so it's not really anything too crazy. We do get a E-22 blaster rifle that is made famous by our shore troopers. So you can see that guy right there. Nice silver wash and weathering going on there. So that is, it's nicely done. Nice little red. This is, again, we've seen this time and time again. It looks very similar, if not exactly the same as previous iterations of this rifle by Hot Toys. So yeah, there's that. If you haven't seen one before, that's what it looks like. They do a really good job on these. I'm a big fan of this blaster rifle. And honestly, I would love to have one of these, and I may do this in the new year. I'd love to have maybe a cosplay replica version of this for my collection room. I would just really like the E-22 blaster. And of course, we got a DC-15, which we've seen piles and piles of time. This is nothing new. It's nicely done, and I think they did a fine job with it. But again, the weathering on it's fine. I don't think there's anything really super special about this if you've seen one of these before. If you haven't, you might be super excited by this. I don't know. But you get 2 rifles. That's pretty cool. You're going to get the canister that goes on the back that Oh, this is it. No, this is new. Where's the little hooks? I didn't look at this earlier. Where's the little hooks to make? Is it magnetic? Straight up. Oh, it's friggin' magnetic. Oh my God. Hot Toys. After all these years and all these figures of dealing with those damn clips, you went out and did something just when I thought you couldn't get any worse. You go and totally redeem yourself. Come on. I was not expecting that, obviously, because that's freaking cool. What? Wow. Now, I don't remember if it goes on that way or that way. I'm not sure if it's a right way to, like, I don't know. Anyways, that's freaking cool. Who would I was, all right, it's the little things, guys. It's the little things. But here it is. There's our canister right here. It's actually got some nice paint applications on it. And I think that's something you're going to see with the figure when we get out here is I was surprised by the level of weathering on this. I know from what you're seeing right now, you might be able to not be able to see all the weathering. But there is some actual weathering going on here. So we'll take a look in a second. But this is freaking cool. Nice little gray application there. There's weathering on the edges of the canister as well. So that is cool. Hands-wise, let's get these guys out of here. I think we're going to see the normal Stormtrooper hands. Not a whole lot of accessories, guys. He's got like a gesturing hand, which we've seen time and time again. A couple blasters hands, a couple fisted hands, a couple relaxed hands. The largest one right here is where you can really see the level of weathering going on here. And it's like a... it's like a black dirt color, a gray dirt color. It's not like a sandy color on the weathering. So that's kind of interesting. If you saw the Remnant Trooper, that was more of a brownish deal. This is more of a gray. Best way I can describe it, like a lighter dark gray. But really nice, nicely done there. So we get some hands. Super exciting. I'm still baffled by this. I think that's just super cool. All right, so the actual figure itself, we'll take a look in a second. But I think before we get to that, we should take a look at this base. Because honestly, Hot Toys stepped it up on the display base. They don't always do this, but this time they did. And I think it's worth noting. So let's take a look at this display base. It says Stormtrooper Squad Leader right there. And if you look at it, you can see this nice green application going on there. Wow. They added some green paint to it to make it look like grass. And just for giggles, because, you know, I'm having fun with this, I've got this one. I've got the one from the Death Watch Mandalorian, so we can see all the variants of this guy. So I've got Stormtrooper Squad Leader. You can see the greens and everything. And then I've got the Death Watch Mando, which is like more of a lavalish gray. And then we've got the Tusken Raider. So for anybody who's curious what the heck is this going to look like on your display, it's going to look exactly like this. So we saw this with Tusken Raider one. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same one as Commander Cody. And the OG Mando, Durasteel Mando, I'm pretty sure it's the one. It might be a shade more orange in the Durasteel Mando one. Or probably exactly the same. And then, of course, we saw this with IG-11 with the footprints as well. But there we go. Here's the two different colors because, you know, science. But there you go, guys. There's some green applications going on here because there was some greenery while they were fighting the Fett Man. And there's that. So anyways, I thought you guys would be interested to see that. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're like, shut up and move on to the figure. I don't know. But let's go ahead and shut up and move on to the figure. So this is a Rogue One style figure reissued, or I say reissued, remade into the Mandalorian universe. So this is actually pretty stinking cool. And I know everybody's going to want to know this. So let me go ahead and answer the question because I know it's the number one question everybody's asking. Can the Pauldron be removed? So let's go ahead and solve that or answer that question for you guys. I'm going to pop this head off. Maybe. There we go. Head off. Pauldron off. Boom. There you go. So everybody's like, you can end the video now. You can skip to the next video because that's really anybody wanted to know was right there. But I'm going to keep going because this is Stormtrooper. But yes, you can take the Pauldron off. The one thing, which is why for my next point, I will absolutely be getting another one of these. Absolutely will be. And maybe two more. I might get two more of these guys. To have one squad leader and a couple grunts. So I may do that. I do have some clean Stormies from Return of the Jedi that have no weathering on them whatsoever. And so we'll see how those look together. But Yeah, you can't take that off. So going back to the weathering, let me just tell you show you what I'm talking about here. The weathering going on here on like the helmet, you can see that dark grayish color going on there on the mouth plate. It's all around. It's really heavy on this backside, and this is where you can really see what I'm talking about with the weathering. I wasn't expecting that. I honestly was expecting a clean Stormtrooper. I was a shiny, if you will, in Clone Trooper language, but I was expecting a shiny. I did not get one, and I'm actually super happy about that. The Return of the Jedi ones are great, but a little battle damage, a little dirt from the interactions with different people on different planets, including the Fett Man, is just super cool. You can see that weathering going on the hand, on the back, and once again, like, how freaking awesome is that? Anybody who's owned a Stormtrooper, you understand how big a deal that is. Like, that's a big deal. I don't know how many, yeah, that's a big deal. Rogue One style undersuit as well. You can see right in here, you can see like that texture and pattern going on in there. You can see like that, it's Rogue One style as well. Nice weathering on the abdomen with the gray and the blue buttons, if you will, light up features that don't really light up. And nice little feature there. The belt, let me get you out of here for a second. The belt is loose, so you can maneuver the belt and get wherever you want it to go. And then going down with our normal Stormtrooper. Again, paint applications, guys. Look at these things. Look at this. We got dirty shoes, man. There's a lot of dirt on those shoes. Freaking cool. And the good thing about these troopers, at least this particular style of trooper, is the maneuverability is actually quite good. The best trooper for posing that I found is the Return of the Jedi Stormtroopers. Those will just about do any flipping thing you want. They have a different undersuit on those figures. So if you have an opportunity to pick one of those up, I would definitely do that. But these aren't terrible. There's a slight ratchet in that knee. You can get a little bit out of that. If you want, you can maneuver these armor plates around a little bit and maybe get a little bit more. But yeah, not bad at all. As far as leg up, going forward, back. I mean, it's a Stormtrooper, and the Stormtroopers in actual suits weren't all that mobile, so it might be said that these figures are actually more articulated, more range of motion than the actual, Stormtrooper itself. Ankles, plenty of ankle bend. I mean, you can do whatever you want with those guys. That's not going to be an issue. You're not going to have much of an ab crunch. And you never have with a Stormtrooper. Even the Clone Troopers don't have a match ab crunch. But I've found that you can actually get a pretty good torso twist if you take your time and maneuver that. You can get a pretty good torso twist. No ratchets on the shoulders, so your arms can go up to about there. And then a double bend on the elbow. That is plenty fine for me. So the one thing with pauldrons on troopers, and troopers don't have the best range of motion on the head anyways, just because of the size of the helmet. The pauldron is definitely going to get in the way. I mean, like looking down, like not a whole lot of range of motion with that pauldron there. So this is going to be something that if you take that off, you're going to get a little bit more range of motion, but it's still not going to be fantastic. But there's that. It does have green lenses. I don't know how well that's coming across, but he does have green lenses. So those are kind of nice. They're a darker green than the like TK14057. These are a little darker, even darker than the Death Troopers from Rogue One. So a little different on that front. This shoulder armor is on an elastic band, so you can maneuver that kind of wherever you want. And it's just a good looking trooper. So I figured, you know what? Let me go get maybe one or two troopers to compare. So I went and got the Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper, and obviously we've got this guy here from Rogue One. And I want you to look at the level of weathering on this guy. The other thing is the undersuit on this figure allows for a lot better range of motion. Like there is zero, I mean, it's not loose or anything, but there is pretty much zero issues. Look how much range of motion I can get out of this guy. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Like the amount of bending this fella can do. Here's these damn clips. This is what I'm talking about. Stupid clips. I hate those things. There's like zero issues with this one as far as movement. However, but here is the level of detail on the weathering. So this guy's got a little bit on the belt, but if we kind of get into the ab section, if you will, the ab section, you can see there's a lot more weathering on this guy. And it's not overdone. This is not like, old Sideshow Clone Trooper weathering. It's not like that. It's not overdone, but there is noticeably more weathering in person on this one than there is in this one. And then the bottom of the soles, like the Return Jedha's got white soles, that one's got black soles. Just pretty cool. So the one that everybody wants, and rightfully so, honestly, it's just absolutely fantastic flipping figure. TK14057 right here with this amazing backpack. Just amazing backpack. If you have the opportunity to pick up the figure or the 2-pack, I have the 2-pack, definitely do that. But you can see the level of weathering on this guy is even more than this one. And it makes sense. This guy's hanging out on Jedha. He's in the sands and whatnot. And this guy's out doing wherever he needs to go, especially down here on the lower half. You can see down there. So a lot of fun with troopers, and this is why I like collecting different variants. But let's do just kind of a couple poses, and we'll see what we come up with. All right, so let's talk about how much I actually like this Stormtrooper and why I'm going to buy a second one. The posability on it, the double jointed elbows, knees, all that stuff are going to lend it to some fun poses, even though it's going to be a little bit lacking versus the Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper. I think just in the abdomen area, I think that's going to be a thing. The fact that the Pauldron comes off gives me another opportunity, just like a lot of you guys out there have been asking, another opportunity to get more Rogue One Stormtroopers for my Rogue One display, even though this technically is a Mandalorian figure. So that's a win-win for everybody, I think. If you want a Rogue One trooper for less than $300, I think this is a win. Plus, you get an orange Pauldron, which you can put on other figures if you so choose to want to do that. And there's that option, right? So I think there's a lot of pluses on this figure. It is a basic Stormtrooper. It is, for people who like to army build like myself, it's a win on that front. But as I'm going to tighten this down a little bit, hopefully this give you a little bit more look at the detail on this thing. The Pauldron on this particular figure is less detailed than the TK14057 that we saw earlier. It doesn't have those slats, lines or creases going down the sides like we see on maybe like a Captain Rex or even on the one I just talked about. It doesn't have those. Some weathering would absolutely be welcomed on that. I don't know why that particular Pauldron is so clean when the rest of the figure is dirty. So there's something, you could do with that. And because this is a new release, you can buy multiples of them, then somebody's going to be parting out those Pauldrons. You can pick some up, weather them, have some fun. I will probably end up doing that and just, picking up a couple of these. So I'm not sure how many I'm going to get. You can let me know in the comment section down below how many I should get. If you know my affinity for army building, then I will get multiples. So yeah, we'll kind of go down here. The boots and the shoes, you guys can see the level of detail down there on those. And I think that's fine. It makes sense for this particular trooper. The range of motion on the ankles is insane. I mean, it's like Spider-Man, it's crazy. The only thing it doesn't have is like the toe articulation from Spider-Man. So that's really the only thing it's lacking. And then obviously we talked about the magnetic canister at the back there, which is just all kinds of awesome. The belt's got some nice weathering on it as well. Big fan of that. And I don't know. It's a trooper. I'm a sucker for troopers. I just freaking like them. So let's throw another pose on this guy and see what we can do. All right, we changed up the pose on this guy. And I think this is actually one way I would display mine in my collection. If it was you, you're more welcome to just steal this pose if you like. I just think this is a super cool way to do it. So we got 1 foot up on that display base. We've got both weapons, double wielding. If you're gamers out there, double wielding. Or if you're in Call of Duty, dual primary weapons. Call of Duty reference there. By the way, if you're playing Vanguard, that game rocks. But this right here, I just think is a fun pose. Again, not a lot of issues. The only real issue here is going to be in the head region due to just a giant Stormtrooper helmet. It's not really conducive to a lot of range of motion. That being said, I think it's just fantastic. So again, let me know in the comment section down below how many of these you'll be picking up. Let me know how many I should pick up for the collection. And let me know what your thoughts are on this, on the weathering. Are you a fan of it? Do you like what they did with it? I personally am, as I've said earlier. I think they absolutely nailed it. I love the orange Pauldron and the fact that you can take it off and have just some more grunts. And sometimes in Star Wars, it's as easy as that. for adding multiples to your collection. I still am going all in on clones, but while we wait on some more clones, this is the next best thing, and I just think it's awesome. So, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what the heck are you waiting on? Now is the perfect time to do that, honestly. Really is. Now, hit the button now. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you did not like the video, hit that dislike button twice, so I know that you really, really didn't like this video. If you check out the Facebook group as well, Jedha Patrol, link in the description below. Check out Pop Collectibles if you want day one releases. We do have the Mark 85 Battle Damage Iron Man on the way. Should be here any day. We're going to be unboxing that thing. Have a lot of fun with that video. And a lot more other videos coming your way. So, as always, collect what you like. Buy a lot of Stormtroopers and Clone Troopers because Star Wars rocks. See you next time.